It's time for our next Universal staycation.
And this time we're basically sleeping in the park.
Hey there, Man Fam. We are back with another episode in our staycation series, and this time we are staying at Universal Helios Grand Hotel, a Loews Hotel TM.
Longest name ever, but this is the newest theme park hotel in the world, and it sits basically right inside Universal Epic Universe, the newest theme park in the world. So come with us as we explore everything this new hotel has to offer, from the rooms to the rooftop bar.
Let's go.
The Universal Helios Grand Hotel, a Loews Hotel, yes, that is the full name, but we'll be calling it Helios from now on, is a Mediterranean-inspired hotel here, and it's a signature resort here at Universal Orlando, meaning it is in the top tier of their hotels, making it the most expensive, but also coming with the most perks and amenities. Big thank you to our friends at Be Our Guest Vacations for sponsoring this video and booking our little staycation here at the new property. We will get into the price and everything you get when staying at Helios as we continue on. But for now, let's go check in. All right, the wonderful team members have taken our luggage and they said they'd bring it up to our room once it's ready. Our car is gone as well. Do note that it's $45 to valet overnight, $36 to self-park overnight. That is not included with the hotel fee. And now we are headed in to the lobby of this magnificent new resort. Oh, it's so pretty, and it smells so good. And you can see immediately as you walk in, your eye is drawn out the giant floor-to-ceiling windows and to Epic Universe. You've got the statue of Apollo right there, you've got the Constellation Carousel, even the Kronos on the other end. Because yes, the main reason you want to stay in this hotel is because you're literally sitting inside Epic Universe. But if we can tear our eyes away from the beautiful view, which I know is really hard, the lobby itself is stunning as well. I love the rockwork, I love the beautiful floral decorations throughout. I love that you've kind of got everything built right here. The Aurora Market, which is a coffee shop grab and go situation. You've also got Flora Tivera on this side, which is a sit-down restaurant as well as a bar if you'd like some cocktails or apps. And then you've got this beautiful celestial light fixture right here in the middle, and you can tell that the design and theming of Celestial Park has certainly carried on into the architecture and decor here inside Helios.
Also found in your lobby as you're welcome inside, you have your check-in desk, which Molly is going to now to begin the check-in process. You also have the Vacation Planning Center where you can plan, purchase, upgrade, or pick up your tickets, along with your luggage drop-off and pick-up area. And outside of that, I know Molly mentioned it, but I'm just going to say it again. You have a gorgeous lobby with plenty of seating if you would like to just sit, luxuriate, and look into the beautiful Celestial Park as a part of Universal Epic Universe. And while Molly is finishing the check-in process, I stepped outside onto this beautiful patio. Now, there is no direct access from this patio here on the outside of the lobby of the Helios Grand Hotel. That direct access is a little bit over there on the right-hand side. We'll show you how to get into the park in just a bit. But this view into Celestial Park is absolutely gorgeous. And on the back, you can see Apollo's statue where it reads, "At break of dawn, the god of light, a bow he draws. With all his might, his flaming arrow in its flight will burn away the darkest night." What a stunning view into Celestial Park. You can see all of the fountains. You can see Constellation Carousel in the distance. You can see the Kronos, as well as the goddess Luna staring back at us with the god Apollo here. And, I mean, Stardust Racers, you get to watch those comets flit around the track. This is a beautiful view. Picturesque. Not to mention you have a little bit more outdoor seating. Not a ton, it's pretty limited, but if you wanted a spot to sit down, you have an option here too. It's time for our favorite game. Guess what's on your room key?
Yes, we have checked in, gotten everything taken care of. Additionally, we went to the vacation planning booth and picked up our tickets. Epic Universe is still not part of our annual passes, so as part of our vacation package, our travel agent from Be Our Guest also booked us Epic tickets, which I know some people, especially if you're coming from Disney, find Universal tickets a little bit confusing, especially with the way Epic tickets are working, which is why working with a travel agent is so helpful.
Lifesaver, yeah.
But now we have to get our room keys and we have to see who's on our room key. We like to guess. I'm gonna say monsters. I'm hoping for monsters.
I'm gonna say Harry Potter, because I've been getting them a lot recently.
Yeah, good guess.
Ready?
1, 2,
3, 2, 1.
Alan did get Harry Potter. I got Volcano Bay.
Oh.
Which is the opposite of the monsters. I don't know why. The thing I like versus the
bright
thing I don't like.
It's bright and sunny. The monsters are dark and dreary.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made it work.
And I like monsters.
Yeah. Okay, before we go up to the room, we are going to head to the Aurora Market and pick up a quick coffee. Now, outside of the coffee that you can get here, they also have a box full of pastries. You can pick up some gelato, which is quite tasty. They also have a variety of grab-and-go items. Should you like to pick something up for either lunch or breakfast before headed to the parks? And now, we are going to sip on these coffees for just a bit because there's this gorgeous view. And after that, head up to the room.
They're piping in the fountain music right now, which is lovely, which means when they do the little fountain shows of the different portals, you should be able to see them from here and hear them. Time to head up to our room now. I love this celestial design right here that's got the sun and the moon and it changes throughout the day. And now we are headed into these very cloud-like elevators.
Ooh, cloud.
To head up to our room. We've made it to the 6th floor, and I do love the decor in here. I love that there's so much gold. Even the trash cans are gold. I love that accent. And I love the artwork on the wall here. Again, Mediterranean, so you're going to see lots of Greek-style glassware and things. But it all feels very ethereal, very, I hate to keep using the word celestial, but that is the theme. And here we go. Ooh. Oh, the view. Oh my gosh, the view.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Oh, we're in like a corner. We have this huge, rounded side, and we'll go over the room in a second, but obviously the reason you stay here is for this. This glorious view into Epic Universe. Back it up, and it's time for a rapid fire room tour featuring Alan gazing longingly at Epic Universe, probably jealous of all the people on Dragon Racers Rally right now. So for starters, you have this nice chair that Alan is sitting in case you'd like to enjoy a beverage or a coffee or whatever you have. As you are, once again, looking out at this view. Obviously, again, this is why you want to stay at this hotel, for the proximity to Epic. But you can see the beautiful fountain, you can see Stardust Racers, you can see Burke, the carousel, you can see the tip top of Nintendo. We're right next to Dark Universe, so you can see the portal there, and this is going to look even more majestic at night. If the chair doesn't suit your fancy, perhaps we can interest you in the bean-shaped chaise right here, which I think we only have because it's this, we're on the corner, we're like on the side. We've stayed here before, and we had like a regular sofa, but this one's quite nice. Here we have the desk, as well as some info from the hotel. One of my favorite things about staying at any Universal hotel is the chat service, which they set up when you check in, but you're texting with members of the front desk, like actual human beings, and you can be like, hey, I need some more towels, or hey, what time's the park open tomorrow? And they'll text you back, which is amazing. They've also got info here about like dry cleaning and other things you may need in the hotel, as well as room service. Another of my favorite things of staying here is the fact that they do offer room service, and it is late night. Now, obviously, we have a 2-queen room, which means it's time for our resident bed expert to weigh in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you just sink right in. Oh, this is a 9er, folks.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
Oh, and I slept weird last night, BTS for you. So, you know, my neck doesn't go all the way this way, but I feel like I can work it out on this bed.
Next to the bed, you've got reading lights, lots of different plugs, drawer in the middle, and this is a smart room, so you are going to use, oh look, it has my name and everything. You are going to use this should you need anything for, this is actually how you order room services right on here, and then you've got the room controls on here, like the temperature, the lights, things like that. It's pretty impressive. And then you can also connect media on here. You can use these apps that are already preloaded, or you can do a Chromecast situation for the TV, and then you can also use the chat feature right here and chat with a team member. So pretty snazzy. Here is said TV. Ice bucket, ice was just down the hall. Coffee maker in the morning with some K-cups right there. You've also got a fridge, and this is actually a fridge, not a beverage cooler, so it will keep food cold. Couple of different drawers here. Now, before we move on, another very cool feature are the magic drapes and shears right here. So if you just say, shears, go. Wow. That was just by my voice. Definitely not by Alan pushing a button. But it is pretty cool. You can control both the shears as well as the drapes from a light switch over by the door.
Ah, there they go.
You have to hold them, that's the trick.
Mood lighting.
Ooh. Ah.
Work.
Now right next to where Alan was controlling the drapes is your full-length mirror, so you can check your fit before going to the park. And right here you have a large closet, which has got your ironing board, iron, extra bedding, hanger, safe, luggage rack, and then you have your bathroom. So the first part of the bathroom has your vanity. One thing I love are just the little touches, like having Helios stamped on the tissue paper and the toilet paper. I love that most Universal hotels give you cotton swabs and Q-tips. I steal them every time for my toiletry bag. Soap, shower cap. Here you've got extra towels. Yep, here we go. Alan, could you? That's a really good hairdryer. As someone who's stayed here and actually used this hairdryer, I'm giving it a 9, full confidence.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's good. And then in the section that can close off, which I always appreciate, you've got the royal throne and the shower, which, having again stayed here, the shower pressure is excellent. Definitely not H2O products. And here you have it. Honestly, I think these rooms are beautiful and I love the decor and the accents. They're not huge rooms. Gonna be very honest with you, the other signature hotel rooms, particularly having recently stayed at Portofino Bay, those are much bigger rooms, but these are nice, they feel luxurious. I love the padded headboard, the beds are really comfortable, and again, the main reason to stay here is for that view outside and the access to Epic. Now let's talk about pricing. For us, we are staying here for 2 nights, and our room total, without counting tickets or anything, comes to about $500 a night. Now, that was thanks to the due diligence of our travel agent with Be Our Guest, who was ready to book this as soon as reservations opened up and was able to snag a great deal. Since then, unsurprisingly, hotel costs have gone up since this park just opened. Hotel costs are rather expensive for the rest of the year. I asked her to send me some other cost with other dates, and she pulled a few varieties of dates. In September, it would be about $800 a night, and November and October, which is one of the peak seasons here at Universal because of Halloween Horror Nights, it was $940 a night. Universal does something called dynamic pricing, so they don't really have a high and a low other than just fiddling around and finding some price points. Unsurprisingly, next year, the cost goes down quite a bit as it's much further out and some of the newness has worn off. Both June and December of next year, she found dates for around $600 a night. And note, none of those prices I just quoted have any kind of discount on them, whether it be annual pass or Florida resident. All those prices were for this room, which is the theme park view, which is more expensive than a standard room. Our travel agent pulled us some price points on that as well, just to compare. Basically, if you want to stay at this hotel for the perk of being close to Epic, but at the least expensive price point, for this year, in November, you could stay for about $800 a night. But next year, you could stay for far less, with November being the least expensive at around $460 a night, or June or December being around $500 a night. So that might be a good option if you don't actually care about the view. You're going to get it from the restaurants and the lobby, and you just want to be close to Epic. But with the price structure and the way that it works, again, a huge perk of working with a travel agent is if you have some flexibility and when you're able to go, they can search multiple different dates, multiple different packages, and they'll work very hard to get you the best deal possible and help you customize your trip so that if staying somewhere like Helios is a must for you, if it's something you really want to do, they will work with you to figure out the best way to make that happen and figure out the best price points, as well as work with you on booking those different ticket packages and add-ons, etc. They can also do things like book any dining reservations that you may need, book Express Pass for you if you're using that inside the park, book add-ons like Halloween Horror Nights, VIP tours. They really make it much, much easier, especially, again, if you are a first-time Universal visitor, you're used to going to other theme parks, and you want help figuring out how to best tackle your vacation. This is why genuinely we work with Be Our Guest, like as guests. We use them to book things like cruises, and when we go to other theme parks, they are there to help us out. And best of all, it costs you nothing to use their services, so it really becomes a question of why wouldn't you have a travel professional book it for you? It makes life so much easier.
Now, other than the absolutely gorgeous exterior and beautiful rooms, there are some other perks to staying at Universal Helios Grand Hotel, a Loews Hotel. First and foremost, here at Helios, you have a private entrance into Universal Epic Universe. You also have bus transportation that can either take you to the other two theme parks, Universal Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios Florida, Volcano Bay, and Universal City Walk. You also get early park admission to those other theme parks as well as Universal Epic Universe. For early park admission, you'll be able to access the parks an hour before they open. At Universal Epic Universe, it means you can access Super Nintendo World, Stardust Racers, and as of this week, Dark Universe in that hour. Now, unlike other signature resorts, if you are staying at Helios Grand, you will not have Express Pass included on your tickets with your stay. That is a huge perk of staying at Hard Rock, Royal Pacific, or Portofino Bay. And who knows, that perk might come to Helios in the future. Now, as of right now, that Express Pass for all of the hotels that include that does not have Epic Universe as a part of that package deal. It will only work at the other theme parks. And keep in mind, it is about a 15 to 20 minute bus ride between the two Universal campuses, depending on traffic. So for some folks, it's going to make more sense to stay at the older hotels and get Express Pass and have easier access to the two theme parks, Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida. While for others, if Universal Epic Universe is your goal, you want to spend all your time here, it might make more sense to stay at Helios or some of the other resorts here like Stella Nova or Terra Luna.
Well, it rained and then it's not anymore because it's Florida and that's what happens during the summertime. But I will say, if you are caught in a sudden downpour, it'd be very convenient to come back to your room right here to change and head back out. But literally it was pouring 2 seconds ago and now it's fine.
All right, back into the lobby or just right off the lobby of the Universal Studios store. Now, every Universal hotel has a Universal Studios store in it, which features a whole lot of merchandise. Now for the Resorts by Epic Universe, you will find Epic Universe merchandise reflecting what can be found in the theme park, representing those portals. So you have some more of these standard Epic Universe merch, like hats and bags, mugs and cups, some Wizarding World of Harry Potter gear, specifically the Ministry of Magic gear, some Isle of Berk merchandise, mostly Toothless, which is okay because Toothless reigns supreme, some Super Nintendo World gear, and then a limited selection of Dark Universe items. You also have a selection of sundry items, should you have forgotten anything at home, ranging from some over-the-counter medications to toothbrushes and razors, and if you've forgotten some swimwear at home, there is a limited selection of that as well.
All right, it's time for dinner. So we're eating at Flora Tivera, which is this nice sit-down restaurant off of the main lobby. They do have a lounge area at the front, which is first come, first serve, where they serve some light bites as well as cocktails. And then there is a full restaurant as well, which does include some beautiful outdoor patio seating. This restaurant is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it does take reservations. They're probably not needed most of the time right now, but it's still nice to have them. Inside the restaurant, you're going to continue with that Greek and that Mediterranean theme with olive oil trees inside, these beautiful pink flowers on the ceiling, an open air kitchen, lots of beautiful tile work and pottery. It's going to be very simple and clean, but touches of that celestial inspiration as well.
Let's start by taking a look at the beverage menu. They have a selection of beers, both bottles and items on draft, some wines, red wine, white wine, and some bubbles. And then they have some specialty cocktails, including things like the espresso old fashioned, which, that looks mighty nice to me. The basil bee's knees also sounds really interesting. Or Lero. Oh wow, a lot of these are really sort of like bright cocktails that are twists on classics. And then they have a selection of spritzes. So if you are a fan of a spritz, like I know Molly is a fan of the old Aperol spritz, these might be right up your alley. And then you get to the main event, the main menu here for Flora Tivera. It starts with some for-the-table items with things like frita miso, so these are some fresh fried fish, some authentic Greek items for the table like charred octopus or saganaki, greens and leaves, these are your salads, woodstone oven pizzas, the butcher shop for different cuts of meats like the 14-ounce ribeye or the American Wagyu beef burger. Hello. They also have pasta selections like the bucatini or the rigatoni, a freshly selected whole fish, or a small selection of seafood items like the grilled prawns kebab or the Ora King salmon. You can also select from a number of sides like jeweled rice or Swiss chard, and desserts like baklava or, an olive oil cake. Yes, that looks amazing.
Our cocktails have arrived. I did in fact pick up the espresso old fashioned. Surprise. I know that's shocking. It's made with Maker's Mark bourbon, Cafe Borgatti double espresso, and cacao bitters. So double espresso? Or is...
Espresso and cacao bitters.
No, espresso.
Oh, whoa.
It's like you listen to that Sabrina Carpenter song 2 times in a row. But perhaps it's double espresso alcohol. I'll get back to you. Hold on. Update. The first espresso is in fact espresso liqueur, and then also regular espresso. So we're all learning. That's part of life's journey. And then we also, Alan picked up the Mykonos Spritz, which is Campari, botanist gin, lemon juice. He asked them to go light on the cane syrup and Prosecco.
Here's to you. Look at this flute. It's the size of my head.
It's so fancy.
It's so fancy. Must drink with a pinky out. Boop. Very citrusy. You get a little bit of bitterness from the Campari, but it's not overpowering because it's balanced really nicely with the acidity of the citrus. Then you get some of the gin that comes in. You don't taste a lot of the botanicals on the gin, so if you don't like drinking gin because you're worried it's going to taste like licking a pine tree, then you don't have to worry about that with this. You just get a little bit of that alcoholic edge to freshen up the drink, and then it's finished really nice and light with the champagne bubbles to sort of help refresh your palate.
It's like 2 of my favorite things have had a beautiful baby. Cheers. Yeah, that's delicious. It's actually stronger espresso flavor than old-fashioned flavor, which maybe isn't surprising with the espresso. You can definitely tell that it's alcoholic because you've got a little bit of that burn on the back, but I'm not tasting much of the bourbon flavor at all. It mostly tastes just more like a boozy coffee, but a little bit lighter than if it were like Kahlua or something like that. It's just very delicious. It's like an espresso martini and an old-fashioned had a baby.
Alrighty, our appetizers have arrived. On the far side here we have the pan-seared scallops. This is made with Assyrtiko creamy sauce, dill oil, citrus, and nasturtium. We also have the ahi tuna cruda. This is made with Greek olive oil, finger lime pearls, and a crunchy chili oil.
All right, let's dig into these beautiful scallops right here. Nice creamy white wine sauce. Love the olive oil drizzle. Presentation's beautiful, that's for sure. The dill. Okay, flavor-wise, they're wonderful. I love, again, the creamy white wine sauce. I love the dill. I love dill, so the more you can put it on, the happier I am. Really nice sear on the outside, a little bit of crunch there. I think they're were left on a scooch too long, maybe. They're a little bit slightly chewy, not bad at all, but overall, lots of good flavor. I wish there were more of them, but overall, a delicious scallop with a little bit unique flavor if you're a scallop eater.
All right, I feel like there's really no good way to go about cutting this, so I'm just going to give this tuna a skewer, get some of that chili oil. Ooh, that's nice. That is so simple, but so very good. You need to be an enjoyer of sushi grade tuna, because this is raw tuna that has been coated in a delightful chili oil. It has a little bit of spice and heat to it. You just feel it ever so gently across the roof of your mouth from that chili oil as it sort of coats your mouth. And then you get some light citrus tones that always complement tuna really well because tuna itself is so rich and just a touch fatty. Phenomenal. Oh, so simple.
The next round of feeding has arrived, the carbs round. First of all, this is a rigatoni pasta, house-made with a cream of Prosecco sauce, pesto, spinach, and shaved Reggiano cheese. Now, we were worried about pesto with Alan having a pine nut allergy, but our wonderful server let us know that they're using pumpkin seeds, pepitas, in their pesto, so not to worry. But he did make a note for the chef just in case. We also couldn't resist picking up the Taverna Za'atar fries. These are steak fries with different Greek seasonings and served with a lemon mayonnaise on the side. Pasta looks amazing. I'm glad we could order it because I don't like to order pesto either in case, I don't want to kill Alan either, but I love pesto. Oh my God. The best way I can describe this is grown-up mac and cheese. It is like a creamy, dreamy sauce. Lots of that nutty Parmesan flavor, but then you've got the earthiness from the pesto as well as a little bit of crispness coming from the Prosecco cream sauce. Nothing super unusual, nothing super hot or spicy, nothing gonna knock your socks off. Just a very, first of all, the pasta's made excellently, just a well-balanced, delicious pasta dish. You could add protein to this if you wanted to. Huge portion. This is delicious.
And I'm going to have some French fries. Oh, they're so crisp on the outside. Into our aioli, which is, by any other words, a mayonnaise. Oh. I know that perhaps I'm not the expert on this particular subject, but I would encourage, for those of you who partake in girl dinner, to add these fries to that rotation. They are excellent. The aioli, delightful. The Mediterranean seasonings add a little bit of brightness to this entire dish, so it's not just heavy oil fried fries. Ooh, yeah. You should get these on the side or as your meal. I'm not here to judge you. Do what you want. And our final item has arrived. We picked up dessert, the olive oil cake. This has mascarpone cream, lemon sorbet, a basil coulis, and citrus salad. This sounds so refreshing and delicious. I'm looking forward to digging in. Sorbet, check. Citrus salad, semi-check. Now check. Mascarpone cream and the cake. To anyone who is worried about this cake having a very olive-forward flavor, let's put that to rest. It does not have that. Instead, what you have is a very dense, moist, warm cake that is paired with a light but tart lemon sorbet to add a lot of fresh citrus notes to it. That is a little sweet, but maybe it's too sweet for you. Don't worry. Just add some of the citrus salad on the side, and you're going to be able to break that up wonderfully. The mascarpone cream gives it a little bit of that extra sort of light creamy flavor. So this all is a very balanced dish that is not very sweet, but is still going to satisfy a sweet tooth, if that makes sense. I think this is the perfect dessert for somebody who wants something for dessert, but doesn't want it to be like a sickly sweet thing. All right, well, that's pretty darn tasty.
And I like that we have a fridge for this extra pasta.
That is nice. Labor. Now, is that my favorite restaurant on Universal property? No. Do I think it's a must visit? Also no. But let's say it's your check-in day, you can't go into the parks just yet, and you want to grab a meal that you can guarantee is going to be pretty darn tasty. I think it's hard to miss with Flora Tivera.
Yeah, we've eaten there twice now. Everything we've had has been good. Some things have been great. The service has been excellent both times. It's a beautiful restaurant. Cocktails are well made. It's just not as unique or as exciting as some places on Universal property, but I think for what it is, it's great. But when you want to talk about exciting dining locations at this hotel, there's one that comes to mind, and we're headed there now.
That's right. We are headed to Bar Helios, which is located at the top floor of the Helios Grand Hotel. This is a rooftop bar that serves some tapas, some light bites, and has a great drink selection. But what you're up here to see is the incredible view. But before we get outside and see the fantastic view that Bar Helios has of Universal Epic Universe, let's talk about the bar section itself. Up in the roof, you have this incredible dome that is filled with constellations. And if you take a moment to look, you can find your zodiac member there up within the constellations above. And if you look at the different Greek that is encircling the base here, those are all the names of the different creatives who took part in helping bring this to life. But they're in Greek, and I don't speak Greek, but if you do, you might be able to recognize some of these names. Just look at that view, especially at night when all of these over 1 million points of light light up across the park. And you can just see the fountains go as well. It really is stunning.
Obviously, the view up here is incredible, and we've been up here during the daytime and at night it just shines like the rest of this park. A couple things I love looking at night. Stardust Racers looks amazing because they light up the coasters, the trains, but not the track, so that it truly looks like two comets racing through the sky. I also like looking at the different portals themselves and seeing how they're using light to illuminate each one. Like, you've got all the bright colors at Super Nintendo World, you've got the Tesla coil on the top of Dark Universe, and you'll see it flicker at times. We even saw the burning blade on fire from up here. You've got the lantern light over in Burke, and then just the Elder Wand illuminated at the top of Wizarding World. It's just This park is so stunning at night. It is meant to be seen at night, and that is, yes, from the ground, but also from all the way up here.
And while you don't have to be a resort guest to see these views up here at Bar Helios, you sure do need a reservation. And they book up quickly because seating is pretty limited up here, so try as you might if you want to see this view to book a reservation early. It's worth it, folks, especially here at night. Turns out that show pretty good.
Unbelievable from the ground. That's the Cosmos Fountain Show. It's the finale show. It's an 18-minute show. It doesn't have times listed, but I have found it either takes place 10 minutes before park close or at park close.
It's stunning. Seeing all of those million points of light work in symphony and harmony with one another throughout, not just here in the Universal Fanfare, but also the individual songs from each of the portals illuminating individually, shooting beams of light into the sky. It is a concert of beauty.
Yeah, what I don't think you notice when you're in the park, possibly if you're just watching the fountain, is that when they're doing the Nintendo music, only the Nintendo portal is illuminated with its beam of light into the sky, and then so on and so forth, all four. And then at the end, the Chronos adds a fifth beam of light in the sky with the Universal Fanfare, and it is, I mean, I got teary. It's stunning from the sky. I mean, it's beautiful on land too, but like...
It's worth it to get a reservation to come here to watch it from this angle, just so you can see everything.
A million points of light, I felt that. It illuminated in sync and in, I mean, it's the only thing I wish is that the music was louder from up here.
Yeah, that's my only thing, is that if possible at the Helios Grand, especially within the Helios bar, you're able to pipe in the music. If that was something that could be done, then that would be just another level.
Amazing.
It's stunning.
Taking a look at the Bar Helios signature cocktail menu, all of the drinks have fun Greek names, such as the Iliad and the Odyssey, or the Atlas, or the Apollo Old Fashioned. Highlights from our server include the This is Sparta, which is a rum and bullet rye cocktail, the Trojan Horse, which is somewhat like a spicy margarita, and the Mount Olympus, which is a lavender and lemon and gin cocktail. I opted for the Greek God, which is a dill and olive oil infused Grey Goose, caper infused dry vermouth. This was basically a very good classic dry martini, but instead of that briny olive flavor, you mostly tasted dill, which I loved. This was very spirit forward, so if you're not used to a martini kind of vodka kick, I wouldn't recommend it, but if you like a martini, this was a fun twist on that classic. Kind of a big dill.
And I tried the Athenian Milk Punch. This is made with Angel's Envy Helios Barrel Selection, which is a specific Angel's Envy bourbon made for the Helios Grand Hotel. Mextaca ouzo, mint tea, lemon juice, cane syrup, and a Greek yogurt syrup. Now, when you look at that description, you might hear Greek yogurt syrup and be a bit off-put, and I can completely understand that. However, it did not look nor taste milky at all. In fact, the closest description I can give to this is it's somewhat like a Long Island iced tea, in that it simply tastes like a very creamy tea that you are drinking, and not any of the copious amounts of alcohol that are in this beverage are really noticeable, which is dangerous because if you have more than one of these, I imagine you'll have a very fun night. I quite enjoyed this cocktail and liked the minty flavors that came with it and the slight smoothness on the back end. Okay, that was a fun time at a beautiful bar, some good bevies.
I think that is truly one of my favorite theme park bars ever because the cocktails are amazing and the view is unbeatable.
But we'll see you in the morning. Some of us earlier than others.
Some of us are rope dropping.
Yeah, and some of us are going to the gym. You're going to come with me there. We're not going to do a full workout, but you'll be there.
You're going to come with me too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
see you in the morning.
Bye.
Good night. Good morning, ma'am fam. It's 8:06. The park officially opens at 10. Oh, blessed. What an amazing park. Not even open until 10, which means early park admission's at 9, but they're already letting people in, so we're gonna go. All right, so there's the security line. It kind of wraps around here. They're letting people in. I'm trying not to be weird. And let's see where it ends up. Excuse me. Oh, it's not too bad. It ends right there. That's really not too bad. Update, I lied. I thought it just went from where I got in line into the park entrance, which is right there. But no, it goes around this corner. So we're gonna see how long this takes. They're moving fast though. They're moving fast. You know what? We got patient pants. It's all good. Snaps, claps, applause, everything to all those team members because I got in line after grabbing something from the Aurora Market at 8:12 and it is 8:29 and I'm in the park. And that queue wrapped all the way around the lobby, but they were quick, they were efficient going through security and getting you into the park. Note, you do have to show a room key, so you can't try and like park at this hotel and come in through the back if you're not actually staying here. There is a team member checking. And of course, security is an important line. I also have stayed here before and never had a line like that except for rope drop. So it's just first thing in the morning that there's a queue like that, but they were efficient and wonderful and we're in the park. All right, and this is where I leave you for this video. I'm gonna make rope drop its own video and you can check that one out to see how this morning goes. But enjoy some time with Alan, who's gonna have a leisurely morning, and then we'll meet back up together after this. Okay, bye.
Hello and good morning. Molly is out there. So I am going to go to the gym real quick, get her some coffee and take it into the park. But you're coming with me as we go down and we explore the gym and then once more we head to the market. So let's go. Alrighty, just by the entrance to Epic Universe, we have the fitness center. Okay, crank that out. Which makes me wonder what Molly's up to right now. All right, all that's left for me is to shower, change, and go pick up coffee so that I can meet Molly for breakfast inside of Epic Universe. So join me for that too. Okay, dressed and ready, and now I'm gonna put on some shoes, head downstairs, and get some coffee. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but like a shower's the ultimate reset or restart to the day, or just start to the day. Yeah, I feel great. Time to go to Epic. Coffee acquired. Now I have to figure out how I'm gonna get this all through security gracefully. I guess it's just not going to be graceful. That's sort of what I'm deciding. All right, and now I'm going to go to the very easy and convenient walk. I'm not going to film security, but here's the very easy access point into Epic Universe from Helios Grand. Dear viewer friend, it is this time that I'd like to admit again that I have forgotten a beverage caddy for carrying coffees to Molly. So you're not going to see me on the walk, but she's over at the Wizarding World Ministry of Magic. So I'm going to go take the coffees there. And I'll get back to you then. Really didn't think this through. Apollo looks cool though. All right, coffee was successfully delivered. I've already drank mine because I needed more caffeine this morning. And now we are just gonna go hang out in the park for a little bit, but we will meet you back at Helios when we wanna relax and luxuriate a little bit.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, we're back from the park.
Yes.
But we have a fun surprise because Universal is kindly showing us one of the How to Train Your Dragon kid suites that are exclusive to this hotel. Haven't seen it yet.
I'm so excited.
Let's go. Here we go. Okay, so first glance, this is a normal hotel room. It's beautiful. And you know what? We came in at the right time because it just started raining. But we've got a king bed right here, and then a little kitchenette area right here with a microwave and a fridge, big bathroom, tub area. Then you've got a living area as well. And I believe this pulls out, big TV. And then, oh my gosh, the kid suite is so cool. First of all, look at the door. The detail on the door, it's like very Burke. Gobber definitely made that. This is so cute. Oh my gosh. The beds look like the houses, and the night lights are flying along with Toothless and the Light Fury. I can't handle it. Oh my gosh, this is adorable. Even the detail of the lantern as your nightlight in here. And by nightlight, I mean a literal nightlight. I don't mean the babies this time. And you've got a TV in here, literally. I don't want to get in the bed because they're kind enough to show us this, but I think I could fit in this bed. Could you? No, you can sleep in the regular bed. I would sleep in here. That suite was adorable.
So cute.
And it can sleep 6. If you're wondering the cost, our travel agent pulled some costs for us. And next year, the range we found was around $900 to about $1,200 a night. So definitely pricey, but you can sleep 6. So if you've got more people, you know, it may be fun to stay there. It's adorable, regardless.
Going down.
And now we're gonna hope that the rain stops so we can go eat lunch by the pool.
All right, well, it has stopped raining, or at least it's gone down to a drizzle, and now we are headed out to the pool area here at Helios to grab a bite to eat for lunch. We are headed to Lotus Lagoon, which is the pool bar and food area. They also have cabanas available for rent, and it is a really, really big pool area. I like that it's tucked away here. It feels really private and exclusive. I also like that Darkmoor is literally right there. So while you're walking to either the pool itself, a cabana, or to pick up a bite to eat, you just get to see Frankenstein Manor looming over you. Which, listen, I know for a lot of people might not be the vibe, but for me, perfect. As I mentioned before, the pool area itself is quite large and winding, and there also is a hot tub available for folks to pop into, or as Molly likes to refer to it, people soup. And I hate that. There's also a whole lot of seating in multiple tiered areas, so there's plenty of space to sit back, relax, and luxuriate.
Taking a look at the Lotus Lagoon menu, which, by the way, they can serve you out at any of those mini tables and chairs out there. They have walking around servers and wonderful bartenders. So there's a variety of signature cocktails, including the limoncello punch, the Prosecco popsicle, which I've tried before, which is literally just a gourmet popsicle and your choice of flavor dumped in a cup of Prosecco. It's pretty nice. Variety of frozens, draft beers, wines, and more. As far as food goes, you're going to see that Mediterranean influence that's around the rest of the resort as well. Starting with things like hummus and spreads, there's a crab cake croquette, a couple different salads. You can add a protein to those. They've also got some signature meals like fish and chips, handhelds like a burger and an avocado wrap, a couple of desserts, and then sides and kids' meals. The first of our feast has arrived. I am trying the Padova Paloma, which is made with Patron Silver, Aperol, lemon juice, pink grapefruit, and agave. And Alan is trying the Tequila Kiwi Smash, which is Don Julio Blanco Tequila, kiwi, lemon, lemon sour, and kiwi syrup. We also have gotten the Chips and Dip here, which is smashed avocado, Aleppo pepper, sunflower seeds, olive oil, and pita chips. Cheers. Ooh, very grapefruity, not too sweet, which is what I was worried about, so I asked the kind bartender to go lighter on the syrup. It mostly just tastes like a grapefruit, which is probably dangerous because there's definitely tequila in it, but I can't taste it. I don't know that I would need to order this again. I'm more of a I like that Prosecco popsicle thing more, or just a more basic cocktail girly at the pool, but it's not bad. It's basically really good guacamole, except for a little bit of a Mediterranean twist because of the olive oil, but it's simple, delicious. These avocados are bomb. They're like perfect ripeness. My only complaint is it's kind of hard to pick it up on the pita chips. I thought they'd be crispier, but if you like avocados and guacamole, this is a win.
All right, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm nervous that this might be sweet. I did ask the bartender to go lighter on the kiwi syrup that's here, and I am prodigiously squeezing my lemon into the beverage. Although it does look like we have actual kiwi in here because of the seeds. Oh, we certainly do. Oh, wow. I really enjoyed this, and I'm surprised because I didn't think I was going to. In the best way possible, this tastes like an adult Capri Sun, but not with the cloying, just clinging, tongue-coating sweetness and sugariness that come from the Capri Suns. It's very clearly real kiwi. The lemon helps to break that up. You can taste the tequila on the back end. It gives it a little bit of that light burn. I'm genuinely so shocked. All right, our main round of food has arrived. We're going to be sharing all this, so just enjoy. We have the crispy chicken sandwich that has spicy mayo, pickles, cabbage slaw on an artisanal brioche, and I got a side Caesar salad. Molly picked up the turkey gyro. This is fresh pita with tahini sauce, cucumber, tomato, and onion with a side of sweet potato fries. Oh, and we also picked up a side of the lemon oregano aioli because that sounds delicious, and we love an aioli. Let's dig in.
First of all, these are some of the best sweet potato fries I've ever had. They're perfectly crispity, crunchy, little sweet, but there's a lot of pepper on them, so it balances the sweet. Oh my God, and that lemon aioli, I might have just changed my life a little bit, because that is phenomenal. Alan's face behind the camera enjoying it as well. Now, here's the gyro. Yum. Listen, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The food here is incredibly expensive. But dang if it isn't delicious. This wrap is so good. As someone who loves a wrap, like when we go to Publix and get pub subs, I get a wrap. I love wraps. This is delicious. The fact that it's a pita wrap instead of just a regular tortilla is adding a little bit of extra strength to it. And it's fresh house-made pita. Then you've got all this delicious veg on here. I do wish there was a little bit more of the veg, but the turkey is seasoned so phenomenally with all those delicious Mediterranean spices. Dipped in the lemon aioli, like, this is so good. I'm mad that it's this good, but I guess at the same time, if you're paying $23 for a wrap, it should be this good.
In that same vein, this is a $26 chicken sandwich. Let's try it. Damn. I gotta be like real. When I first saw the price, I was like, there's no shot. Like it's gonna be worth that. They're backing it up, is all I'm gonna say. The chicken is like nuts. The fact that it is like crispy on it's probably one of the best breaded pieces of chicken I've had in a very long time, if not ever. Just so crisp and light on the outside and so moist on the inside. The slaw, great, tangy, light with the bread and butter pickles. And then the brioche bun, lightly sweet but holding up to everything else that's going on there. It's a freaking good chicken sandwich. Like, my brain was like, you can't like that, it's $26. And I was like, no, it's really good. And the Caesar salad, house-made dressing, obviously, tons of cheese, house-made croutons. Like, it is certainly an above-average Caesar salad. But I'm telling you, like, get the chicken sandwich. It's very good. And get the lemon aioli and dip it into it, because, like, that's also nuts. What is happening? All right, well, that was a very tasty little treat there.
Yeah, obviously the weather is not cooperating today for a full pool afternoon, but, you know, I guess we'll have to go back into Epic Universe then.
Oh, no. While I will once again say that the food is quite expensive, I will also let you know for the items we got, the chefs backed it up. The food is very tasty, clearly high quality. I think the one thing that I would say is that the drink menu didn't appeal to me as much as I thought a drink menu would, but that's, I guess, as I say that, most pool bar items are typically pretty sweet.
And I will say, I've been out here when the weather's much nicer and they have a DJ, they've got games going, it's much more lively. It's a beautiful pool, zero entry, it's absolutely stunning. So I do really enjoy the pool here. I do think it's a big perk. It's just, you know, Florida-ing right now.
Yeah, liquid sunshine. Before we head back into the park to look for some secrets and Easter eggs, we're going to check out the game room. Molly, once again, has worked out how doors work. Seems to be a pretty standard game room fare with your SpongeBob, your Jurassic Park, your basketball, and crane game. Oh, I'm sorry. This is sort of a crane game den back here. Are these otters dressed up as different creatures? Is that what I'm seeing here? There's an otter dragon and an otter unicorn. Some Smurfs, everybody knows them. Octopi, more Pokemon. It doesn't look to be anybody in any favorable positions right now. And then some additional adorable little buddies.
Dragon Ball Z.
It is not. I gotta be honest, I don't know who it is. My Hero Academia, I see. I will tell you this is not the biggest game room that I've seen within the resorts here, but it is included here. I feel kind of the same way about the size of this game room as I do about the size of the gym within the Helios Grand. It is not the biggest, but it is a nice perk and amenity to have. All right, well, it was a great day at the park, and now we are headed back up to Bar Helios.
Yes, yesterday we enjoyed some of the cocktails, but it is a tapas restaurant, so tonight we're going to have dinner up there.
All right, see you up there.
And to echo what Alan was saying last night, you do not have to be staying at the hotel to visit Bar Helios, but reservations are highly, highly recommended. There is some available bar seating as walk-ups, but priority definitely goes to reservations, so check those out. Additionally, there is some viewing area for resort guests that is not part of the seating area if you just want to come up and see what the fountains look like, but it is just a small portion of the balcony off to the side. Taking a look at the food menu, there are a variety of small plates from the spreads and meze to the charcuterie, crab cakes, charred octopus, and then you also have a variety of seafood options. There's some chilled on ice selections such as oysters, crab claws, some sashimi, and even a seafood tower.
We started our meal with the Wagyu beef sliders with kibbeh spiced mayo, aged cheddar, charred onions, and arugula. This came with 2 sliders. They were cooked wonderfully. The beef itself was very moist, and that was really the main player here. It was very savory. The cabbage on top helped break it up with a little bit of acidity, and the bun itself was ever so lightly sweet, but stood up to the meat. Very tasty.
Next up, my favorite dish on the menu, the farmer's cheese, which is whipped farmer's cheese, honeycomb, citrus, local seasonal fruit, pistachio, and grilled focaccia to spread it on. This is delicious. It is tangy, it is creamy. I love the sweetness from the fruit and the honey. If you like cheese like a burrata and a feta combination is kind of what it tasted like, highly recommend huge shareable portion as well.
And finally, we ended with the hot butter crispy calamari. This is made with pickled Turkish pepper, herbs, and a rich tomato garlic sauce. This calamari is cooked perfectly, very light breading on the exterior, not chewy at all, very flaky, and I loved the slight spiciness, and the tomato sauce was a great acidic counterpoint.
I also want to highlight the Shattered Rose dessert, which is described as an interactive dessert experience, and it's a babka bread pudding with a cardamom gelato. We had this opening night of the hotel when we came with some friends, and it was fantastic, even though I apparently don't know what the server means when they mean clap. They mean to clap the nitrogen frozen rose. But this dessert was delicious. It wasn't sickly sweet. It even had a little bit of savoriness because of the spice from the cardamom. Fall flavors. Loved the texture of the bread pudding. 10 out of 10 would recommend this dessert. It's excellent.
I am so full.
I'm uncomfortably full. That food is delicious. That bar is truly magnificent. But for now, I think we're going to gaze out the window and see what's happening at Epic. The fountain's off.
That's a first.
I've not seen what can we see? It's after midnight. And then we're going to hit the hay, but we've got one more meal on our last day during this staycation. So we'll see you in the morning.
Bye. Good morning, everyone. Now, we decided today to sleep in instead of going downstairs for breakfast, and we ordered room service. So we picked up a nice bowl of fruit. I wanted the lemon ricotta pancakes, and Molly picked up a toasted bagel. And, of course, the coffee on the side because
it says coffee for 5 people, so that should suffice.
Yeah, I think that should be enough for us. So we're going to dig in.
Thank you for the coffee. Whilst we're getting into our breakfast, let us also chat about this hotel and what we like about it, and maybe isn't our favorite about it.
Let's start with things that might not be our favorite.
I think the first thing you have to discuss is the cost. It's very expensive, and I don't just mean the rooms are pricey. I mean the food's pricey. It's a signature level resort, and it has signature level price point, which is not how everybody wants to spend their vacation budget. So have to say that. But it is a beautiful hotel, and it does feel like a true escape compared to a lot of hotels that feel more like a theme park hotel. This does feel like a very luxurious place.
And I know, Molly, you mentioned that the food is pricier, but I think that more times than not, the chef and culinary team have backed it up with really high quality and good tasting food. Does that always ease the pain of the cost? No. But it makes me feel better when I'm eating something knowing that it is very high quality and it tastes great.
It is more expensive than a lot of theme park hotels, but there's also times where I'm eating it like, yeah, I'd actually rather spend a little bit more and have this much better tasting thing than like a generic food court meal, which honestly at a lot of places isn't that less expensive.
The rooms themselves are nice. They feel like a little bit more elevated standard hotel rooms. What you're paying for there is, if you certainly have a theme park view, a direct view into Universal Epic Universe. It's gorgeous at all times of day, but especially at night.
They're a little bit smaller than some of the other signature hotel rooms, but I do really like these rooms. The shower's great. That hairdryer is fantastic, y'all. I may have to up that rating. It is so nice. The beds are incredibly comfortable. I like the subtle touches of elegance around the hotel with the gold accents in the artwork. So I really, really enjoy this hotel, having now been lucky enough to stay a couple times for different occasions. I've always enjoyed it. Also, big pro, the team.
Oh, absolutely. But everybody from front desk staff to the folks who are working behind the counter at the marketplace.
Valet when we pulled up,
all
bell
stellar.
services.
I mean, the entire poolside staff, all incredible. Incredibly guest service focused. And I mean, you'd expect that when you're staying at a hotel that they literally refer to as the palace when you pull up. So it's the service matches their feelings towards it.
Also, let us talk about Bar Helios. I think Bar Helios is my favorite location here. I think the food is my favorite of anywhere we ate. Additionally, the cocktails are fantastic, and it's really hard to beat having that incredible view of Epic, and watching the light show from up there was amazing as well.
And I know I've mentioned it twice, but it's really hard to not talk about the main reason you want to stay at the Helios Grand Hotel, Loews Hotel, and that is direct access to Universal Epic Universe. You have your own dedicated gate to go into the Celestial Park, and it takes all of 30 seconds to scan your ticket and then be immediately inside the theme park. The only time we saw it get crowded was in the mornings, which is when you're going to do something like Rooftop that Molly did. But even then, it's not going to be anywhere near as crowded as, say, the front of the park in those same times.
It's unbelievably convenient to be able to walk back if you forgot something. If it starts raining, it started raining last night. It was so easy to come back to the hotel. The pool is fantastic, so if you want to do that afternoon pool break, it's super easy. Like, obviously, you are staying here for access to this park, and it is a huge perk, and it's a well-executed huge perk.
But with that, want to dive into the food?
Yeah, I'm very excited about this bagel. I've been craving a bagel, so when I saw this as an option, I was thrilled. And those pancakes look delicious.
They do. Normally, I am a savory breakfast kind of person, but when I looked at the sandwich that I would normally get, it had pesto, and I've got to be honest, I was still half asleep and didn't feel like calling down and talking about all the different allergies at that point. So, ooh, this is 3 pancakes. I thought it was only 2. But not super sweet. I had barely just the right amount of butter and a little bit of maple syrup, because it doesn't really need a lot. In fact, what I think it needs is the chantilly cream that I didn't add to make it even more light and bright. This isn't heavy at all. This is a very, very light pancake, where oftentimes pancakes can get really heavy. That's so good.
And this is a bagel. But it's pretty good bagel. I was glad to see they had Asiago, one of my favorite bagel flavors. I thought about ordering something more exciting, but my heart wanted a bagel, and I'm not one to deny my heart a bagel. Coffee's great.
Staying at the Helios Grand is, again, all about access and having an elevated experience, and I think they come through on it top to bottom. And once again, I just want to highlight, I know Molly did before, but I just want to highlight the team here. They're incredible, and they really are part of why this feels like such an elevated hotel stay. And I just don't have enough good things to say about those folks.
And speaking of team members that I want to thank you again to the team at BR Guest Vacations for sponsoring this video, setting up, booking everything, making sure we had our Epic Universe tickets, because again, their tickets are a little bit different with Epic. And I've heard from a lot of you that you want to go to Universal and you don't know how to deal with their tickets or what hotels to book, because obviously this isn't the only hotel here. So check out our other videos where we've done, I think, almost all the hotels. I think Hard Rock's the last hotel. Hard Rock's the last one, and Surfside or Dockside. We did one of them.
Oh, you're right. One of the two. I think it might be Surfside.
We got to do the other one, even though they're sister resorts. So we will do those. Let us know which one you'd rather see first. Would you rather see another signature hotel, or do you want to see the last of the value hotels? Let us know that so we can finish the Universal Staycation Rolodex. But I really do love staying at Universal. I think their food is very good at all the hotels, from the least expensive up to the most expensive.
Consistently very good.
Their team members are wonderful. Some of the hotels come with really big perks, like getting express pass to the other parks. So when you're deciding where to stay, I do recommend staying at Universal for the convenience and the perks. It's just also about what's more important to you. Is it more important to you to stay on this side of property with Helios or Stella Nova or Terra Luna to be closer to Epic, or is it more important to you to be near kind of the classic parks? And working with a travel agent, working with the team at BR Guest Vacations, they can help you figure out what's best for your family. We're just here to show you what the different hotels are like and experiences and the dining and everything. And then ultimately, each group is going to pick what the best is for you based on all of your travel needs.
But until next time, friends, please be sure to like this video, subscribe if you're new, follow us on all of our socials, and come join us on Discord. We would love to have you there. The links for all that are going to be down below.
And until next time, friends, I'm Molly.
And I'm Alan.
And it has been grand.
Wow.
You thought I was going to say epic.
Or like, it's been Helios. That's not
What
as
does
bad.
that even mean?
You know, it's
Heliosum.
Bye, everybody.